Hey everyone, welcome back to my cozy corner. If you're new here, welcome. Just a regular college student, Kelsey Dominguez. But if you're not new here, welcome back to the chaos. It is your girl Jen, and honestly, we have a different little video this week. It is the middle of April. Yeah, it is officially April 15th, which means I am going to talk about my little TBR cart here, and I'm actually really excited to do this because I've been wanting to show you guys what kind of books I have for a minute here, and I honestly have like an entire like two crates here full of books anyway, but the top box here is actually books that I've already read for this year, and a little bit of books that are in here are from last year as well. And this bottom box is books that I have bought but have not read. But most likely gonna get through those next year because this entire TBR cart is actually for this like whole like year of 2025. I am the It's funny. I was talking to my advisor today and I was like, I have ADHD and I also have OCD, which is hilarious because if I don't have like everything planned out, I will procrastinate. I will not read or I will not do what I said I was going to set or what I set out to do. And so my brain is like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and organize these according to like literally each month has a series of books from the bottom tier here being like the books that I'm going to currently read or the books that I'm going to read next. And then the middle tier here being like ones that I'm going to read like in the next couple months or so. And then the top tier here going to be the books that I read like closer to December, November-ish area, but whatever the heck. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. It's actually like 5:30 in the afternoon right now, so I am like winding down. My brain cells are dying. Well, not they're not dying, but like they're heading to bed for the night. My homework's like still in the back of my brain being like, hey girlie, we gotta we gotta talk, we gotta hang out for a bit. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about my bookshelf or my little TBR card here because I have a whole bunch of books that I'm really ready to read this year, and I want to just get into it with you guys. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my Google document with the months of like basically like the rest of the months of the year and get super like organized with all these books. But first, let's go ahead and do that, okay? Well, actually, no. Just kidding. Hold on. Wait. Let's pull up the Google document. Da, da, da. I am not prepared with this. I literally just decided to like do my makeup and then just talk about all these books. But okay, I have a little Google document here that has all of the books in all of the months that I'm going to be reading these books in, and I'm going to go ahead and like set this down. Set this down so that we can talk about it. So I'm actually it's May. I mean, sorry, it's not May. It's April. We already know that. We did our monthly TBR for the month, and as I mentioned, I accidentally like read all my books already, and I'm currently in one of my last books of the month for my the last book of the month for my TBR, and I am, guys, I have this much to read. I have 150 pages left, and I'm so mad. I'm so pissed. I'm so irritated. I'm just. We're gonna talk about this later. But anyways, this is one of the books on my TBR, as we know. At the end of this month, I already know that I'm gonna finish this book within the next day or two. So I picked out two books that I'm gonna read for the rest of the month. That is being Pen Pal. I'm actually really excited to read this one, you guys. Every time I would walk into Target, I would see this man, this very sexy, very like mysterious. It all began with just one line, man, and I was like, ooh. You fine. You a little with these tattoos and the jacket and the just dying out. I just bonked my head. But anyway, uh, so I like did a quick little Google search, and I'm actually gonna go back to that Google search right now so that I can talk about like what this book is about. What is this on my nothing? Okay, actually, just I'm tripping. But Pen Pal. I'm not gonna like do a super deep dive synopsis in all of these books, but I am actually really excited to read this specific book. So I just wanted to like talk about what this book is about. Um, the first letter arrived the day my husband was buried. It was postmarked from the state penitentiary and was contained a single sentence. I will wait forever if I have to. It was signed by Dante, a man I didn't know. Out of simple curiosity, I wrote back to ask him what exactly he was waiting for. His reply, you. I told the mystery man that he had the wrong girl. He said he didn't. I said we never met. But he said I was wrong. We went back and forth, exchanging letters every week that grew increasingly more intimate. Well, then one day, the letter stopped. Ooh, okay. When I found out why, it was already too late. Oh no! Dante was at my doorstep, and nothing on earth could have prepared me for what happened next. Warning, spoilers alert, not spoilers, but content warning and mature stuff and all that. Like, I'm sure it's gonna be like a little dark romance and whatever the heck. Intense power play, explicit graphics, sex. Anyway, I'm being too much. But anyway, Pen Pal, super excited to read this. I actually am so ready to just turn my brain off and read my first, well, That's a lie. One of my first like dark romances, and I'm just excited to have a goofy fun time and cry and whatever the heck. But anyways, next we have Legends and Lattes. Now, from what I heard about this book briefly, oh, by the way, guys, I recently received a like special edition from Target and it was on sale. And like, look at the sprayed edges, guys. This is so cute. Okay, I have another edition of this, and it's paperback, and it has like the little like when you look up Legend and Lattes, there's like a ogre girl and like an elf girl or like some purple skinned girl. But anyway, and they're like at a cafe, and it's like a cute little setting. But like this is super cute. It's like a dagger inside of a teacup. But from what I understand, this book is about like what is it about? Perhaps like ogre used to be like a warrior and like a an assassin or something like that. Used to like have those gory days, and is finally settling down and opened up like a latte shop and has like a cute cozy fantasy romance. That's what that is like kind of advertised to be about. So I'm really excited to read that one. These are going to be my two, like, if I finish my Fearless book, which I definitely will, because y'all, I'm so done with this book. I'm so irritated. Okay, that's a lie. I'm gonna talk about this more in depth at the end of my April TBR wrap up video, and I'm actually gonna make notes. I'm planning to make notes. I'm planning to not specifically highlight, because I don't want to like damage the book or whatever. Like, I don't really believe in annotating, but I will for sure have notes. But there's a lot of stuff in that book that I just have an issue with. So to fix that, I have 2 books set aside for the rest of the month, because it's only April 15th. And what the heck am I gonna do for the rest of the 15 days of the month? But that being said, next month I have an entire trilogy. Let me go back to my little Google document here. This video is going to be long, by the way. Little spoiler alert. This video is going to be long. I'm going to be going through like 80 plus books of this in this entire cart. And if you're just like, if you want to like turn your brain off and do laundry in the background, or like, I don't know, get ready for work or something like that, like I usually do. I usually have like YouTube playing on the background with like, you know, Larry Reeves and Alexa Ray and my girl Jamie Foxx and all my favorite YouTubers just talking about random stuff while I'm getting ready, and it's just on 2 times speed, and it's a whole like chaotic mess. Like, my brain is just filled with like words like being thrown at me, and I'm just like, brushing my teeth, getting ready, brushing my hair, washing. I'm in the shower with my headphones on. But besides the point, next we have for May, which is going to be an incredibly awesome month, because I start work as a medical assistant with UCLA. I am so excited for my TBR lineup for May, and it's just you guys, May's gonna be awesome, and our TBR is gonna be awesome, and we're gonna be set up for an awesome month. School's gonna be over, summer's gonna be starting, and it's just gonna be amazing, and I'm so excited for it. But we have Shadow and Bone trilogy by Lee Bardugo. I am so excited to read this, guys. I love the Six of Crows Kingdom, or Six of Crows duology with Crooked Kingdom, and that was more of like a like, what do you call it, like YA, but on the higher end of YA, like more adult-ish, but like 16-year-olds is what I'm trying to say. And this one is more advertised as like younger YA. Honestly, I have no idea, but we were following this girl. Her name is Alina, and she ends up meeting some dark wielder, and they have magical babies. No, I'm just kidding. They end up like, I don't know, some prophecies trying to be fulfilled or whatever the heck, and she has to like, I don't know, fight the Darkling or something like that. I'm probably totally wrong, but either way, this is the Grishaverse, and if you know, you know me, IRL, in real life, whatever the heck else. I love the Grishaverse. It's very cute. It's not cute. It's actually very terrifying. But like, we have magic, and magic is in any book, in any form or shape, will just, tie me in and pull me in and be like, hey, come talk about me, come read about me. But anyways, Shadow and Bone trilogy, Lee Bardugo. I'm excited for it. Let's get into the next one. What else am I reading this month? I'm also reading the short stories collection of the Grishaverse. Let me pull it out here. Oh no, it's stuck. Okay, we're gonna fix this. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna edit this out. Okay, so excited. Next we have the Language of Thorns tales. Basically, it's like a little like, how do I explain this? It's a Midnight Tales and Dangerous Maggot Magic by Lee Bardugo. It's basically like a bunch of like short stories from the Grishaverse, and it's like a bedtime stories. It's like told as like bedtime stories, and I actually really liked those as a kid. Like the Percy Jackson series, when they came out with those like Greek gods and tales and Roman mythology or whatever the heck, I like ate them up. So following the Shadow and Bone trilogy, I am planning to read that, and I'm just gonna have a silly goofy time and enjoy myself. But next we are going to be reading The Daughter of the Moon Goddess duology. I do believe another book is coming out this year, but I don't have it and I don't plan to get it anytime soon because I am on a bit of a book buying ban because your girl is still in college and does not have a place to stay outside of this and don't have a place to like store my books is what I'm trying to say. So we have the Daughter of the Moon Goddess duology at the moment. I'm really excited to read this. It's giving Chinese mythology, and it is book one of the Celestial Kingdom. Oh, it is a duology. It's only duology. I thought there was another book coming out this year. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. So growing up on the moon. Oh, on the moon. Whoa, hold up a second. Are we gonna be going into space? I'm scared because I'm not really a sci-fi girly. Xingying is accustomed to solitude, unaware that she is being hidden from the feared celestial emperor who exiled her mother for stealing the elixir of immortality. But when Xingying's magic flares and her existence is discovered, she is forced to flee her home, leaving her mom behind. Okay, as an orphan, that's actually really sad, and I'm gonna cry, and that's, that is what it is. But Daughter of the Moon Goddess duology. Next, after that, we are gonna be hitting into June, and I'm planning to read 5 books plus 2 manga. That is going to be the Jennifer Armentrout. Oh my god, this series. I have mixed feelings. I have mixed feelings because I've heard mixed reviews. You either love it or you hate it. This is the From Blood and Ash uh series, from Blood and Ash series. I think there's like 3. Oh, there's only 3 books. No, yeah, no, there's 5 books in this series, and I'm actually really kind of scared because I just look, when I bought the first book, I was like, okay, well, now I need the whole series, and that was some big mistake on my part because I would go to like Book Off. As you can see, this book is like $5 at Book Off, and I would buy like the entire series. Turns out there's a prequel to that series, and that it's called the Flesh and Fire series. But there are some books in the Flesh and Fire series and the Blood and Ash series that have like titles of books that could be mistaken for another series. So, for example, from Blood and Ash, a Blood and Ash series novel, and then A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, and this is still about an Ash novel, but then there's also like the Flesh and Fire series. So I'm just like, can you see how it can get confusing? But yeah, I'm gonna be reading those books. I have no idea what it's about. From what I understand, there's like a girl who's like supposed to be some badass, like not fugitive. She was like hidden away from like, I don't know, society, and now she has like a guardian or whatever the heck, and they fall in love or something. Like I have no idea. I think the main character's name is Poppy or something. But yeah, she had like a bodyguard, and it's like a, I don't know, dislike to love or something like that. And then if we have time at the end of June. Actually, no, just kidding. We are going to be reading these two little manga. Kakagurui. I love the anime. I watched the anime like a long time ago. Ended up like rewatching it 2 or 3 times. If you know, you know. That's how you love a series, essentially. But Kakagurui, it's if you've seen Food Wars, put that into like a gambling aspect where it's just like people getting literally like turned on and having orgasms over like winning dealerships, or not dealerships, but like winning gambling stuff and just like having a good old time. Then after that, I'm gonna be reading Hell's Paradise. This is actually on Netflix if you want to go watch it. The anime, while good, it's kind of irritating at the moment. Honestly, to be fair, I don't know what the heck I'm talking about, but like this guy is like some like heartless soul who like kills people, and he's like, I don't know, some assassin. And then like this girl in the back here is like his keeper or something, and she takes him to this island full of monsters to get like, I don't know, the elixir of life or whatever the heck. But it's a good series on Netflix. It was kind of like good background noise while I was playing video games during last summer, but it was a good goofy time. I'm going to be reading this in June, but now that we're in July, we're going to be reading the Jennifer Armentrout's prequel series, which is the From Flesh and Fire series, and I'm actually really scared, but not really, because there's only 3 books in this series. No, just kidding. There's like a lot more. How many are there? There's one. No, just kidding. There's one. Nope, just kidding as well. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3. There's possibly only 3 books. Nope, 4. And then yeah, maybe 4 in this book, in this series or something like that. But I think there's another book coming out this year, and I'm just like, look, once you go past 6 books and I haven't read them, I'm gonna get really scared, because what if I don't like the first one, and what if I don't like the second one, and what if the third one is trash as well? And I'm just gonna throw the whole series away, essentially. Like, if you're Throne of Glass and you're my favorite series in the world, I will read you once a year and have a great freaking time. But if you're like, if I'm scared to read you, and if I don't like you at the first, and if you're not gonna like, I don't know, give me something to keep watching, I'm just gonna, there's gonna be a point where I'm gonna get fed up and be like, you know what, you can keep all your books. I'm good. But if we have time at the end of this, at the end of the month in July, we will be reading the Sugar novella. I have no idea what this is about. Um, okay. It's about this girl named Sugar. She finds a unexpected friendship with Pearl Taylor, and it's giving like girly friendships. And Oh, okay. It's giving like two girlies find each other, get to be best friends, and then they like find who killed their loved ones or something like that. So cute little novella. That's only about like 150 to 200 pages, like max, and that depends on how like short the pages are. But if we have time at the end of the month for July, I am planning to read A Song to Drown Rivers. Now, watching Jamie Foxx, this is like one of her favorite books of like last year, and I don't know when she read this, but like it's one of her favorite books of all time. And I have no idea what it's about, but on the front it says her beauty hides a deadly purpose, and it's a novel, and obviously, yeah, but it's Anne Liang. And what is this book about? But it does have sprayed edges, and it's really pretty, and I'm really excited to read this. But what the heck? Yeah. So this book is about a girl because why not? Inside an enemy palace. Ew. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so she meets a guy, and then she's super cute and she's super pretty, and he's like, you know what? We're gonna use that as a weapon, and you're gonna like sneak into the rival kingdom of Woo, because woohoo. Guys, what the fuck? Oh, okay. So it's giving consortism. That's not a real word, but like consort. She's gonna be a consort, and she's gonna like go into a rival kingdom and like sneak in, and like I guess it's like a romance as well. But I've heard good things about it. I'm really excited to read it. But that is a song to drive. That is a song to drown rivers by Anne Liang. Like I said, this video is already gonna be long. I'm really scared because I don't like to edit long videos. But there's gonna be my books for July. For August, we are gonna be reading the Caraval trilogy. Now I heard that this is actually very similar to Powerless and Phantasma in the fact that it is like a trials based series. I have no idea what else it's about, but we have trials and that's kind of fun. But honestly, after like reading through and getting done with the Powerless trilogy, I'm just like, bro, if it's a copy and paste, I'm gonna cry because what the did I just read? But we have the Caraval trilogy, we have Caraval, Legendary, and Finale. And I do have the little novella called Spectacular. And I did get the special edition of it because it was at Target, but I don't have the other special editions to match the Caraval box. And that's okay because, we'll get there one day when we build our own library and then we can customize to our heart's desire and spend a whole bunch of money for no reason. But I don't support consumerism. I'm just saying if you have like adult money and you have enough to spend and be happy and everything, because money doesn't always buy happiness, but if you want to do what you want to do, then you're going to do what you want to do because you're an adult and you make a decision, blah 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 blah. But anyways, yeah, Spectacular. I have a whole bunch of books around me, guys. This is giving me anxiety. But for the yeah, still in the month of August, but we also have the Ren and the Holly Library. Again, most of these books I have no idea what they're about, but let me just like read this really quickly. She broke the monster treaty and he'll make her pay. Why? Oh my god. Guys, this is so pretty. What the heck? This is so pretty. Okay, what is this book about? No, no, no. Can you love the dark when you know it hides? Some things aren't supposed to exist outside your imagination. 13 years ago, monsters emerged from the shadows and plunged Kirsten world into a cataclysmic war of near total destruction. Ooh, NYC collapsed practically overnight. Oh, okay. She's a thief. She's gonna break the treaty. She's gonna enter the Holly Library, knowing it's the home of a monster. Ooh, okay. Huh. She'll offer her skills. She's been playing a game, and once she joins, there'll be no escape. Oh my god, that actually sounds really fun. I'm excited. I love this. I love to hear this because it's like in real world and yeah, and of course he's gonna be. Oh, you guys! I just noticed. Holy crap! Super side note. There's art on. Oh, this is so cute. This is beautiful. This is beautiful, guys. I just got chills. Okay, this is the oh, wow. wow, guys, I am literally flabbergasted. I'm so sorry. This is like a bunch of like extra stuff, but this is the front. This is the side. She's like walking down the alley, and then like this is the other side. And oh, guys, I may have peed a little. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Okay, this is actually a really, really, truly beautiful cover art, and it has the whoever designed this, it has their initials. Guys, okay, when am I reading this? August. Okay, I'm like so excited to read this. I'm gonna put the mic down for just a moment. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So yeah, Red in the Holly Library. Next book, we are gonna be reading the Once a Broken Heart trilogy from Stephanie Garber, same author as the person who wrote the this one, the Caraval trilogy. There we go. Stephanie Garber, again, same, like similar. There's trials and like love and stuff. And Evangeline Fox has always believed in true love and happy endings until she learns that the love of her life will marry another. Oh, damn. Okay, she really went there. Um, Ooh, she strikes a deal with the immortal Prince of Hearts. Okay, dangerous game. Yeah, so trials and stuff, and I'm excited to read it. So there are 3 books in there. That's gonna be giving our October read. No, I'm just kidding. September TBR, 5 books a month, and setting us up for success because we will be starting school as well as starting work at our new job that we're gonna get a bunch of money for it. I'm so excited. And then if we have any time at the end of this, uh well, actually, yeah, no, if we have any time for wait, what? Huh? Huh? Oh, okay, so if we have any time at the end of the trilogy, we are going to be reading Go Set a Watchman by Harper Lee. This is the same author that wrote To Kill a Mockingbird, and I never read To Kill a Mockingbird. If I read this book and like it, then I definitely am going to buy To Kill a Mockingbird and just listen to it on audio, because I'm pretty sure every single student that I've ever like talked to in my life has read To Kill a Mockingbird and has like had their own opinions on it, whether they're good or bad. I don't freaking remember. But when I got this at not Barnes and Noble, I got this at like Goodwill for like $3, and I was like, oh, this is like super cool. I want to get into like more adult type of like literature and whatever the heck else. Um, hmm. Ooh, mystery. Okay. Mystery book. Love it. It is September. It is going to be that time of the year to start getting into mystery and thriller and all that stuff. But if we have time after that, we're going to be getting into our first V.E. Schwab book. This is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Addie LaRue. It is set in France, 1714. In a moment of desperation, honestly, a young woman named Adeline meets a dangerous stranger and who makes a terrible mistake. Ooh, it'll be 300 years before she stumbles into a hidden bookstore and discovers someone who can finally remember her name, and suddenly everything changes again. So from what I understand, this girl and whoever this dangerous stranger is makes a deal, and whatever happens in that deal at the end of it, she no, like no one can see her. And so I guess like a million years pass by, well, 300 years pass by, and somebody can finally see her, and it's probably like a romance slash mystery between those two people. But anyway, Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V. Schwab, and I'm so excited. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but I'm very excited to read this series, this book. Oh, parades. Ooh, okay. Let's go. Yeah, so that's for September. For October, we have 5 books. So we're averaging like 5 to 6 books for sure. In July, I will be planning to read 6 books. Although if we actually get to all of them, we don't know. That'll have to that will remain to be seen. There we go. But in October, we are also planning to read 6 books. We're planning to read the Ninth House duology. I only have the first book here, but I am planning to get the second book sometime before October. But this is another book by Lee Bardugo. So this is no longer set in the Grishaverse, but I'm thinking this is more having to deal with like possible thriller or horror. Oh, it's a debut novel. Okay. Privilege. I love it. Okay, it's a tale of power, privilege, dark magic, and murder set among the Ivy League elite. Okay, so like dark academia and thriller and horror, and that sounds really fun. Yeah, so it has a snake on it. I think the second one has like a rabbit with like albino eyes and stuff, so that sounds really cool. That's gonna be Ninth House Duology by Lee Bardugo. Next we are gonna be reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Just finished my Ali Hazelwood book for my first Ali Hazel. Oh, this is a very thin book. Okay, sorry, that's like besides the point. I just finished my first Ali Hazel book ever. The Love Theoretically, yes, Love Theoretically. It's about a physicist who is another physicist, and they don't like each other because they're different types of physicists, and they end up getting along. They end up having like the most magical and most descriptive sex I've ever heard in my life. But like, I love that for her. Anyway, so yeah, so Bride by Ali Hazelwood is following like forced proximity marriage, arranged marriage type of stuff. It's between a vampire and a werewolf, and from what I understand, from what I've heard, it's very descriptive in the anatomy between these two species, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. I'm just it's giving Wattpad, and I'm totally here for it. Edward and Jacob, they had some good fan fiction back in the day. I won't even lie to you. But anyways, if we have any time at the end of October, we're gonna be reading the guest list. It's gonna be like our first wait, but what about oh, did I like I did. Okay, cool. Oh wait, no, just kidding. Sorry, I have no idea what I'm talking about as per usual, but we are gonna be reading Never Lie by Ashley Elston. Another like first I kind of try to set up October as like the thriller slash mystery month. So we have First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. And this book is about a girl named Evie Porter who has everything that a nice Southern girl could want: a doting boyfriend, a house with a white picket fence, and a tight group of friends. But the only catch: Evie Porter doesn't exist. Ooh, it is called First Light Wins. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, so she's like a secret agent. Okay, okay. When this month comes, guys, I'm actually really excited to read this because this is cool. This is kind of cool. Is it if it's got any romance in it, I'm gonna be here for it. But of course, we're specifically focusing on the romance matter. I'm sorry, the obviously you know where my brain's going. We're focusing on the mystery matter of this point. But anyways, you will talk about in a minute. Next, we have The Guest List by Lucy Foley, another like first mystery type of. Oh, this is another thin book. This is probably only got like 250 to 300 pages max, which is kind of cool. But we have The Guest List by Lucy Foley. It's another little mystery novel. It's the wedding of the year, but someone will survive it. So, like, is it a whodunit? On a remote island, guests gather to celebrate the wedding. Will is arriving, blah, blah, blah. Cell service is spotty. Okay, okay, okay. Ooh, whiskey, girl, get lost in the whiskey and you never know who did it. All that's left is to orchestrate the happiness, but perfection is for plants, and people are all too human. Of course they are, because people are humans and all that stuff. But it's not long after the cake is cut and the champagne is popped that resentments and petty jealousy comes out. Oh, ew, everyone has a secret, everyone has a motive, and someone will leave this wedding alive. So it's probably gonna be a whodunit. I actually really like these. I watched like Case Closed as a high schooler girly, and I loved it. It was like super fun. It was super fun to listen to like in the background while I was like putting laundry away and all that stuff. But anyways, next we're gonna be reading. This is November. Now we're gonna be reading again 5 books. We have the Red Queen series. Now I know that there is a fifth book. However, I've heard mixed reviews. You either love it or you hate it. And actually, Jamie Flock really didn't like the second book, I think it was. We have the Red Queen series. There is 4 books in there. The last one is looking mighty thick, if you ask me. We have Red Queen, Glass Sword, King's Cage, and War Storm. The last book here is pretty thick, if you ask me again. But apparently there's like a 5th book that either came out last year or the year before. Sorry, either came out last year or the year before. But anyway, I have no idea what this book is about. I'm not even gonna open this book, this box until like much later down the line when I do my TBR for the month of November to talk about it. But anyway, yeah. Red Queen. Also, guys, I don't know about you guys if you guys have read Throne of Glass series, but I'm so excited because guess what? Okay, there's like 2 girly pops in my book club that we just made like last month, and I got them something. And in case they watch this video, I don't want them to like, I don't know, I wanted to say a secret, so we're gonna talk about it next time, but like when the books actually come in. Oh, just to spoil it, I'm so sorry, but anyways, You ever get so passionate about a series and you're like, everybody and their mother and their child and their dog and their bird and their lizard needs to read this series, and I'm not gonna like stop talking about it until they read this series, and then we can all talk about it together because oh, it's great. But if you know, you know. If you know what my favorite series is, it's probably Throne of Glass. It definitely is Throne of Glass. And let's just say I couldn't help myself and I went out and spent like $1 million to go splurge on my girly pops. But yeah, I'm so excited for it to come out. But anyways, that being besides the point, November is kind of like the time for like cozy fantasy, starting to cool down a bit, starting to get like your hot cocoa and your jackets and everything. And I'm just like so ready to just sit and cozy up to a fire and listen to Kale complain, and then like listen and watch Aelin Galathinius and her guy just have the most beautiful romantic fight scene ever, because why not? Why not? But anyways, yeah. Red Queen. And then at the end of that book, I'm sorry, at the end of that month, I will be reading the reappearance of Rachel the reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. Another like first time author, first like mystery thriller, first like genre author. I haven't read her books is what I'm trying to say. But Lights, Camera, Lies. 18-year-old Belle has lived her whole life in the shadow of her mom's mystery disappearance. 16 years ago, she vanished, and young Belle was the only witness, but she has no memory of it. So Rachel's gone, mom presumed dead, and Belle wishes everyone would just move on. Honestly, yeah, that's all I'm going to read about it. But yeah, another mystery, another thriller, and I'm excited to read it and tell you my thoughts about it. It's more YA than the guest list and the First Fly Wins book, but as you can see, it's kind of getting messy over here. So let's hurry up and just wrap this video up. But if you heard that yelling, I'm so sorry. There's like a gamer guy that likes to scream and shout every single day, and he's probably playing Genshin Impact and Call of Duty and all that stuff. But anyway, we're gonna move on. So in December, we are going to be reading the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy by V.E. Schwab. Second, I've heard so many good things about this, you guys. This is going to be the second series in books that I read by V.E. Schwab. We have A Darker Shade of Magic, A Gathering of Shadows, and A Conjuring of Light. From what I understand, this is like a dark academia like magic-y system thingy, and I'm actually really excited to read it because it's one of like Jamie Foxx's favorite authors, and yeah, super excited to read it. It's gonna be December. It's gonna be like dark and cozy and stormy, not stormy, but like just like foggy and just overcast every single day. And it's like one of my favorite months of the year because obviously Christmas and other stuff like that too. But guys, we are also gonna be reading the One Dark Window duology. This is I think it's like the Shepherd's duology or something like that, but I ended up managing to get my hands on one of the Barnes& and Noble exclusive editions, but unfortunately, they did not have the first book. They only had the second book, and like no other Barnes& and Nobles had the first book, and I wasn't about to go out and buy a paperback because if I'm going to have one book, I want it to match the other. So I was blessed by whoever lives above the clouds, and they ended up not they, but like Barnes and Noble ended up coming out with another exclusive edition that is coming out into September this year, and I snatched both of those books up. So I will have those two special editions plus this special edition, and I'm actually really excited. I'm thinking I might annotate those books depending on how I like it and keep this as like the trophy book. But guys, this is also like a really hefty book. Like this book could do some damage. You could do like some Pilates with this book. It's very thick. Is what I'm trying to say. But if we have any time, which we likely will, because December is like the end of finals week, and then it's just like the start of winter break. We're gonna be reading the Air book by Sabaa Tahir. This is gonna be like my first Air. I'm sorry, my first Sabaa Tahir book. She does have a whole series called like what is it called? The Ember in the Ashes series, and I do plan on reading that next year once I fill up this beautiful baby again. But I only have the first two books of hers, and so obviously I'm gonna need to get the rest of her books. But that being besides the point, we do have like a little random Grimm's fairy tales book. Whenever, if ever I read this, is going to be whenever and if ever I read this. It's kind of like I kind of just got this book because it was like $1, and because it's the classics, you guys. Like it's like the little Grimm's fairy tales that we tell our children to scare them into being good and stuff like that. But it's been a long video, and the last like 6 minutes of this book, of this video, I'm gonna be like doing a little montage of like putting all these books back and stuff like that. But yeah, that's gonna be my TBR for the year, going from what month is it? May. It's May. That is wild to think about. From going from May to all the way to December, and what books I'm gonna read. So I will like total up somewhere around here the total amount of books that I will be planning to read this year, and get back to you guys next week because we're gonna be deep diving into some hefty topics. But that being besides the point, if you like this video, go ahead and like this video. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can keep up to date with all my stuff. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and listen to this on 2 times speed so you can get even more chaotic and listen to me a bit faster so that you can carry on with your day, because my video is not the most important one that you're going to hear for the day. But if you do like this content, go ahead and go ahead and comment down below if you read any of these books and what your favorite books that you've read on this whole TBR cart is, and give me some like casual synopses that don't include spoilers down below on any of these books that you have read. And yeah, just talk to me, guys. I want to hear your thoughts. But go ahead and do all the stuff, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.